Welcome back to Studio Classroom on the Air. Today is a great day to learn something new. My name is Anne-Marie.
And my name is Gabe. Yesterday we began looking at an article called These 5 Simple Habits Will Help You Stay Focused.
Whew, that is a long title. I almost lost focus just listening to you say it.
Pay attention, Anne-Marie. Friends, if you're having problems staying focused at school or work, don't worry. We have 3 more tips to help you out.
And hopefully escape those escape behaviors we were talking about yesterday.
Right. There are a few phrases you should look out for today as we read. The first one is binaural beats.
And later, look out for the phrase to live up to. We'll be discussing that more in depth as well. Okay, friends, what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
These 5 simple habits will help you stay focused. 3. Plan regular breaks. One popular approach is the Pomodoro technique, which calls for 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break with at least a 15-minute break every 2 hours. Or work for 52 minutes and then take a 17-minute break, which one experiment showed is the ideal rhythm for maximum productivity. It's important that you don't skip taking a break once you've worked for your allotted time. 4. Give binaural beats a try. Binaural beat technology uses auditory tones to shift one's predominant brainwave state into something more appropriate or relevant to the task at hand, Stein explains.
Hi everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 今天我们先来看 allot。allot 是动词，意思是分派、分配的意思。在课文里面呢，是过去分词，当作形容词用。譬如说 ，At the conference, Professor Herman spoke much longer than his allotted time. 在会议里面 ，Herman 教授演讲时间比原来分配好的时间长很多。或者 ，To finish the structure.The builder spent much more than the allotted budget because the owner changed the design. 为了完成这个建筑，建商花了比原来预计更多的预算，因为屋主改变了原来的设计。再来看这个例句 ：Every child was allotted 2 cookies and a glass of juice at snack time. 每个孩子在点心时间都分配到2块饼干和1杯果汁。接下来看。Predominant 这个形容词 ，predominant 的意思是占有主导地位的、占多数的或显著的。例如 ，The predominant complaint of most residents in the building is the excessive noise from the highway. 这栋大楼的多数住户主要抱怨的是高速公路上传来的超量噪音，或者。The predominant predator in the Gobi Desert is the snow leopard. 戈壁沙漠里是强势的掠食者是雪豹。再来看一个例句 ：John's predominant activity on weekends is working in his garden. John 周末时主要的活动是在花园里工作。Okay, let's get back to our teachers.
All right, friends, are you ready to learn about more ways to keep your focus? Let's look at tip number 3. Plan regular breaks. One popular approach is the Pomodoro technique, which calls for 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break, with at least a 15-minute break every 2 hours.
Okay, Anne-Marie, it's Pomodoro, the Pomodoro technique. You have to move your hand like this.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
You can do it.
And I'm not even sure if it's Italian, but it just sounds Italian.
It sounds Italian, yes.
Well, we do want to take a look at something in this sentence, something else that you use more frequently in life, and that is the word approach. Now, usually I use this word as a verb. You can approach somebody. That means you're going up to them, maybe to have a conversation. In our lesson, it's used as a noun. It's one popular approach. This is a way or an angle to go about solving a problem.
That's right. Sometimes maybe if you're looking at something with your classmate or your coworker at work, you could say, how do you want to approach this problem? That just means, how do you want to solve it? Or what method do you want to use in order to resolve it?
And if you're having trouble focusing, well, then you can try this popular approach. Again, it is the Pomodoro technique, which calls for 25 minutes of focused work. Okay, 25 minutes focus, friends. And then you take a 5-minute break with at least a 15-minute break every 2 hours. Have you tried this before, Anne-Marie?
I personally have not tried it. I find I have a very interesting way of working.
What do you mean?
I take longer breaks and then I work in very, very, very focused spurts. So I can get a lot of work done in a very, very short amount of time, but my breaks sometimes end up being longer than the work that I actually do. Sometimes.
Several months ago, maybe when you were still teaching in the Info Cloud, anyway, we had a lesson about deep work. Is that what you're talking about?
I think that subconsciously that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not doing it on purpose.
Right.
But I am getting a lot of work done in a short amount of time and not spending as much time working.
Right. I mean, we've had other articles published either in Studio Classroom or our advanced magazine, 彭蒙会英语. If you're up for a challenge, check out the advanced magazine. But there was an article about having basically how people can really get a lot of the stuff they need to get done within just 4 or 5 hours every day.
And as a person who is very distracted, I work better that way. Because if I tell myself, okay, you just need to get this done in 30 minutes, then I'll get it done in 30 minutes, and then I can do whatever I need to with the rest of my time.
Exactly.
Well, what about you? Do you take breaks while you're working?
Oh man, I really should, because I keep reading things about how it's important to take breaks. Even last month we had that lesson about how you should exercise. Maybe I think it's like 4 seconds every 12 minutes or something. Yeah, that kind of break to help get your exercise in. I just don't. I like work and I think, I have so many other things I have to do. I just go from one thing to the next.
What's the longest amount of time you can work without taking a break?
It depends what time of day.
Okay.
Yeah, and how much coffee I have in my system.
Coffee.
It really helps. But friends, these are great things to talk about. Do you ever take breaks? What time of day do you focus the best? Talk about that. But we need to continue here. It's important that you... All right, I need to listen to this. It's important that you don't skip taking a break once you've worked for your allotted time.
If you don't take a break, you're not going to be as productive and you're not going to be as focused.
That's right. Okay. Well, here is tip number 4. Give binaural beats a try. That's not a word I'm very familiar with.
I have never heard of the word binaural before teaching this lesson.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the idea of 2 sounds, okay, bi and oral, 2 sounds, and there's one kind of sound going in one ear and another going in another ear, and we read a description here in this paragraph. So, binaural beat technology uses auditory tones. Auditory is anything related to sound, okay, auditory tones, to shift one's predominant or main brainwave state into something more appropriate or relevant to the task at hand.
Whew, that sounds like a lot of science for me to understand. I think before we talk about it more, we should go to our info cloud and learn more about this word break.
And then we'll take a break.
Hi friends, welcome to Info Cloud. We are so glad you joined us again.
Andrea, I think I need to take a break.
Rex, we just started Info Cloud. Why do you need to take a break now?
Because I want to talk about some expressions that we use in English with the word break. I don't really want to take a break.
Okay, good. Well, that's a great idea. When you take a break, you stop doing something for a short period of time to rest. And I'm glad that we are not going to take a break right now.
Andrea, have you ever tried to break a habit?
So you mean, have I ever tried to stop doing a habit or stop doing something I used to do regularly? Yes, I broke the habit of staying up late at night. Now I go to bed early and I get more rest and I feel better.
I'm working on breaking that habit too. But I like watching the news at night. I don't want to miss any breaking news.
Breaking news is new and exciting news that is happening as you hear it. So friends, we've been talking about taking a break, breaking a habit, and breaking news. Now, see if you can use some of these phrases while practicing English today.
今天要跟大家介绍几个跟 break 有关的用语，这是西方人经常使用的流行用语，像是 take a break 就是休息片刻。break 有打破、中断的含义。Take a break 就代表你正在做某件事情，你要先暂停休息一下。最常听到的用法就是 Let's take a break， 我们休息一下。另外，当你听到有人想要 break a habit， 那就代表你想要破除一个习惯，因为 habit 是习惯。I broke the habit of staying up late at night。我改掉了晚睡的习惯。最后，如果你常看新闻，一定会听到或看到 breaking news 突发新闻或是新闻快报。当你听到主播说为您插播一则最新消息，这个就是 breaking news。这就是今天的 Info Cloud， 我们下次时段见。
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back to Studio Classroom. Friends, did you enjoy that break?
I know I did. It's nice to stop what you're doing and relax for a bit.
Very true, but right now it's time to stop taking a break and get back into our lesson.
Well, let's find out what that last habit is to help us stay focused.
These 5 simple habits will help you stay focused. It works by playing different frequency tones in each ear. You can calm and relax your mind with a lower frequency difference, or improve your alertness and focus with a higher frequency difference. 5. Forgive yourself for losing focus. However productive or unproductive you are at any given moment, getting angry or upset about it will only make things worse. So accept the fact that you won't always live up to your own expectations of focus and productivity. Instead, praise yourself for whatever work you managed to get done. And being happier may help you get more done too.
"接下来，请看 alertness 这个名词，意思是机警、敏捷。例如 ，constant alertness is a requirement for the senator's bodyguards。参议员的贴身护卫的必备条件就是要随时提高警觉。或者 ，prolonged alertness when driving long distances is nearly impossible。长途开车时要维持长时间的警觉，几乎是不可能的。再来看一句。Energy drinks promise alertness, but they really don't work very well. 能量饮料保证你喝了会有精神，但是其实都不太有效。最后我们来看 live up to 这个片语动词，意思是符合期待。例如 Lionel Messi certainly has lived up to his reputation as the best soccer player in the world. 梅西真是名不虚传，称得上是全世界最佳足球运动员。或者 Disneyland definitely lived up to the children's expectations of fun and excitement. 迪士尼乐园的确满足了儿童们的期待，既好玩又令人兴奋。再来看一个例句 ：Dean did not live up to his promise of providing food and shelter for the rescued dogs. Dean 没有做到要为这些抢救回来的狗儿提供食物和避难所的承诺。Okay, let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you very much, Jack. Well, how alert are you for today's lesson, friends? Did you see a phrase earlier that used the word hand? At the very end of our last section, we saw the phrase task at hand. I wanted to talk about this because yesterday we learned the phrase to have something on hand, which means that it's close by or it's available. But if something is at hand, that is immediate. It's what you need to do or what you're doing right now. That is the task at hand. So the task at hand is learning English or teaching English.
So you see, friends, prepositions are really important when learning English. Just by changing that word from at to on or on to at, it changes the phrase meaning completely.
That's right. Okay, now friends, you know what it means to have something on hand and to do the task at hand. So let's get back to the task at hand, the paragraph at hand here. It works by playing different frequency tones in each ear. Now, frequency is definitely a physics term, 物理学, and it refers to how quickly the waves come.
Yeah, the measurements of frequency are hertz, and sometimes an easier way to refer to this is just pitch. We use that word a lot in music, don't we? Higher pitches or lower pitches.
That's right. Those are great words to know. Hertz kind of sounds like when you get hurt, but it's spelled H-E-R-T-Z, all right, and then the pitch. All right, it makes me think of movies like Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I like that movie.
Or if someone has perfect pitch, that means they know exactly what key or note is being played at any time.
I want to give an interesting way to use this word frequency, friends. I wrote down an example. I tried to be friends with Ashley, but she and I are just on different frequencies. Have you heard somebody say that before?
Yes, I have. That has a very it's kind of a slang way that Anne-Marie used that word frequency. If we're on different frequencies, I've also heard people say, we're just on different wavelengths.
Which is basically the same meaning. It means we're thinking in two totally different ways.
That's right. Maybe you want to connect with that person, but it just seems kind of impossible because you think in different ways. A great phrase for you to know, we're on different frequencies.
All right, well, let's learn a little bit more about binaural beats here. It says you can calm and relax your mind with a lower frequency difference or improve your alertness and focus with a higher frequency difference.
I think the idea here is that there is a certain frequency in your left ear and your right ear, and the lower frequency difference means that they're similar, whereas a higher frequency difference means that it's really different. Okay.
If you're curious, friends, about what binaural beats sound like, you can just search this on YouTube and give it a listen. It really is very interesting.
It is interesting, and it's really easy to find. Just type in binaural beats. Okay, you'll see a psychedelic picture there too. Well, let's go on to tip number 5. Forgive yourself for losing focus. You can forgive yourself for something. You can also use the word for in saying sorry. You apologize for something. But let's talk about something here in this sentence, productive and unproductive.
That's right. Our sentence says, however productive or unproductive you are at any given moment, getting angry or upset about it will only make things worse. So friends, productive and unproductive, those are opposites.
Exactly. If you're productive, that means you're getting a lot of things done, or you've gotten a lot of things done. If you feel unproductive, you don't feel like you've gotten a lot accomplished.
Now, another phrase in this sentence is at any given moment. That just means that at any time, at any given moment, it could start to rain. That means we don't know when it will happen, but it could definitely happen at any time.
That's right. Okay, well, let's go to the last sentence of our lesson here. Being happier may help you get more done too. Okay, so all of these tips may help to make you a happier person. Then you can get more done. Let's see how the phrase live up to is used in today's skit.
Son, I expect great things from you, so study hard. Go to the best university. Graduate number 1 in your class. And get a job at a top company.
Oh, I'm not sure if I can live up to that.
No, son. I think you should be a great violin player. Practice hours and hours every day. Learn all about music. Write inspiring songs. Play in concerts all over the world.
Oh, I'm not sure I can live up to that.
Well, Junior, I think you should be a good little boy. You should play games. Oh, and watch TV with Grandma. Give Grandma lots of hugs and eat lots of Grandma's homemade cookies.
Oh, I think I can live up to that.
I know you can. Oh.
That skit was a great example of how to use the phrase live up to. And it makes me want to explore that idea even more. You know, there are many things we could live up to.
Hey, living up to a standard is another common way to use this phrase. 它通常是指实践道德标准啊，或是某个人设定的理想或是准则。
That's right. Hey, Jack, earlier you mentioned living up to someone's expectations in the language lab, and that means to be or do exactly what they expect of you, just like in our skit today.
Yeah, to live up to something also makes me think of the phrase to rise up to the challenge, or simply rise to the challenge. That's when something is difficult and challenging, but you still succeed in the end. Have either of you ever had a challenge you've had to rise up to before?
有啊，当然有。我记得我大学的时候 when I was in college, I was a music major, and we had to sing. Everyone had to sing. And so one of my professors said, okay, Jack, you're singing opera with us this semester. I said, me? Opera? Okay, I'll try. But then she says, okay, we're singing in Italian. Italian.
Yes.
Wow.
So does that mean you're going to give us a little demonstration right now, Jack? What did you sing in Italian?
All right, no, I'm not going to do that. We sang the marriage of Figaro.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. Is that from the Marriage of Figaro, or is that the Barber of Seville? Or
I don't know.
Maybe
Don't ask me.
It's Italian anyway,
It's
right?
Italian.
Well, friends, I'm sorry that I was the one you had to hear sing just now instead of Jack. He's got an incredible voice.
Don't make me sing.
Don't make you sing. I've risen to some challenges before, several, but one that comes to mind is I was asked to host a Rotary speech contest several years ago to be the MC, and all these people who had prepared speeches were going to get up and share, and I had to kind of be the person transitioning between speeches. I rose to the challenge. I gotta say though, I think I did a terrible job that day. And I think that's just how it is. Sometimes a challenge, you might feel really good about an experience you had, but other times you just know that there's a lot of work to be done.
Friends, how about you? What challenges have you risen up to in your life? We've enjoyed having you with us as we've learned more about focus the last 2 days. We'll have a new lesson for you next time right here on Studio Classroom.